Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So I'm just putting in some quick some jumbo knotless braids in my hair, and even though I'm doing them really big because I'm not going to keep them in for a long time, I'm not making them super big because I don't like my plaids really big. So I'm just going to show you how I go about doing my braids. When I'm starting off, I make sure that the first piece is smaller than the other two pieces that I'm going to add, because that's going to be the starter piece. So I'm just gonna, my starter piece is gonna be this size, and then I just lay that out in order, and then the other two pieces that I'm gonna add after that piece is gonna be just a little bit bigger. And for mirror purposes, I'm in the bathroom, so, and then I think this needs to be a bit bigger. So you could just size it up to the piece you already took out. So this is the starter piece, and this is going to be the piece that I put in after the starter piece. And then I'm going to grab another piece that's this size. So it's going to be 3 pieces. And then we're going to start adding it to the hair. And I think this piece will work right here. So this is the last set for this one. I have to pull a different pack. Okay, so I'm just going to get started. I'm just going to show you guys what I'm using on my hair as well. I use this for my edges, the Mielle edge control, and then for the hair, because I did blow my hair out, but when you have that kinky type of hair, it's 4C. I have 4C, a mixture of 4C, a little bit of 4B in some places. So even though even though I blow up the hair at the ends, it still kinks. I can't get it to go completely straight. So I do have the jam to help with that, to help with the stretching. And then I rub it on the hair as well, on the extension, just to smooth it out a little bit. Not too much, just a little bit. I usually just rub it over a little bit on here. Not too much though, guys, because this, I don't really like the smell of it. I think I'm going to try a different one to see. And then I just rub it on. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It depends. If it's together, then I don't really add any unless until I'm doing the braids. Then I put just a little bit, because sometimes even though I keep combing my hair out, it still kinks up, and so I just have to comb it while I'm each time I make a plait, or I just add a little bit of this to smooth it out a little bit more. So we're just gonna start our braids. Okay, so now to start, I'm going to take my hair that I've already combed out, and then I added a little bit of the Let's Jam to it. And now what I'm going to do is separate that in 3 pieces. And I'm going to start my plait. Then when I get to going around the second time, I'm going to start adding the hair, and I'm going to do my smallest piece. So I'm just going to add it right here, put it under this finger. Right, guys, when I put it under this finger, then I pull this back. Then I take this piece and I add it to this plait right here. Then I keep continue my plait. And then I'm going to add another piece. So I'm going to take this piece right here, put it under this finger right here. Hold it. And then I take this piece, throw it over there. And then I just continue my plait. So you're just going to keep adding the pieces until you get the size plait that you want. And then I'm going to take this piece, throw it under my finger, and then take this piece, pull it back, and continue my plait. And you see my hair is kinking up, so I'm just going to have to comb that out. And I usually check it to make sure that it's flat at the root before I continue. And I just take my comb, kind of comb my hair out a little bit more because it's kinking up. Sometimes I add a little bit of this to it, of the Let's Jam, and then I continue with my braid. And I hold it, when I'm braiding, I hold it very tight, because I like when my plait is tightly done. So I'm just gonna pull this in the front here. And what I do sometimes is I like to do it this way. Just turn it over a little bit and then continue my plait, because I do it this way. And like that. And you could, every time you're plaiting the hair, guys, you just smooth it out with your fingers. And then sometimes I add a little bit of the jam to it. It's optional though. And I just continue my plait. And this is just a quick style that I've decided. I had this hair. I purchased the hair and made a wig, and I had the extra hair. I didn't want to waste it, so I'm like, let me just put some big plaits in for a little while, and I get to practice as well. So, and each time you do the plait, guys, ensure that you run your fingers through to the ends. That way, it does a knot at the end. Sometimes I don't do that, and then I have to detangle. Okay, so we're just gonna keep plaiting until we get to the end, and that's it basically. And I usually take it all the way down to the ends as much as possible, and just leave a little piece. That way when I dip it in hot water, I have a little piece that will be undone. A little straight piece at the end to give you that nice sway. Okay guys, so now we're on our last part. So I'm just gonna put some of the Let's Jam on the hair, especially my ends. As I tell you, it always kinks up. And then what I'm gonna do for the edges and the lower part, I'm gonna use because this is healthier for the hair. So I really don't like using this, but it helps with the hair. So I'm gonna put some of my Mielle edge control on the hair. And I like this because it doesn't leave any residue or anything. So I'll use this. Then I comb out the hair once I add it. I did add moisturizer to the hair because it was really dry. So I'm just going to start my plait. Okay guys, so now we're on our last braid. So I'm just going to separate to get this one started. And the first piece I'm going to use, this is going to be a size when you separate. So we're just going to lay that out. And then I'm going to grab a bigger piece to that piece. So the last two pieces, as I stated, it's going to be about the same thickness. So, and then we're going to move on. Okay guys, so after I've added the jam to the hair and my edge control to the roots, now I'm going to start my plait. I'm just going to separate it into 3 pieces. Then I'm going to start just a regular plait. And then when I'm going to here the second time, I'm just going to add my first piece. So I'm just going to grab that piece. I'm going to put it under this finger right here. And then I'm going to use this piece, throw it back and add it to this here. So this is going to become one piece. And then I'm going to continue my plait. Then I'm going to take my second piece. I'm going to put it under the same finger. Put that back. Then I'm going to use this piece and add it to the same piece of hair and continue my braid. Okay? And then I'm going to take this piece. This is our last piece. We're going to put it under the same finger. And then I'm going to take this piece, toss it back, and then add it to the same hair and continue our plait. And usually I feel the roots just to ensure that it's seamless. As you're adding your each piece, you shouldn't see any extra bumps or lumps. It should be even. Okay, so if you're seeing like a piece that's look lumpier or bumpier than the rest of the plait, that means the piece is too big. So you need to take some out and then add it back to the hair. And I'm just going to continue. With the plait. And my hair is kinking up, as I told you guys. So usually I take my comb and I just comb it out. And when I'm doing it on my own hair, I like to turn my plait around and just continue plaiting like this. Because I like to do my braids really tight when I'm doing it. It gives a neater finish. And so this is how I usually hold it when I'm doing my own hair. And make sure each time you do this and wrap around a braid, you just pull it out to the ends, because if not, then the end is going to tangle. And then you have to detangle that. So try to avoid that. So we're just going to... And sometimes what you could do is just get a little bit of the Let's Jam and put it on the hair. If the hair is extra, some hair is, this is a stretch braid, but sometimes you have some that's a little bit more frizzy than others. So the Let's Jam does work to smooth it out for you. If using your finger is not enough, you can use some of the jam and just put it on the braid and continue your plait. And I usually try to take my plait down, whether I'm doing it big or small. Whenever I'm braiding, I try to take it down as much as possible and just leave a little piece. So when I dip it in hot water, this will just be nice and straight. Then I take the extra piece off. So that's it, guys. So see how it starts from here and then it continues, no bumps, no lumps. So now I'm just going to dip it in hot water. Okay guys, so this is our finished look, and I just added a few accessories. As I told you, I did this really big because I'm not going to keep it in for a long time, and I just had it here and I didn't want to waste it. So you see it's pasty, and when I was finished I was like, it's pasty, because I wasn't doing it to ensure that it's filled in, because as I told you, I just had the plan to throw them in and just wear it in a bun or something so my scalp could breathe. So it just came to me, I'm going to give you an idea. If, for instance, if you do your box braids like really big and you have a lot of space, don't panic. There are ways you can style it that is going to give you a nice look. So, for instance, you could probably pull everything over to the side like this, right? And that's a look that you could wear. You pull it to the side and see it doesn't show the space as much. If you're not the type of person that loves the jumbo braids, like I'll do big braids. This is the first time I'm doing big braids on my hair, but I don't like the super thick braids, so I prefer to do them a little bit smaller. And then another way you could style it is, apart from just pulling it up in one, you could take the two. So the braids that I have in the back, I'm just gonna take it and use it as a way to pull my hair back. So I'm just gonna pull it back here. I need to get that in the back. I'm just gonna pull it back here and just knot it around the hair like this. And I think I really like this one. So you could just knot it. See? And so I'm just gonna do another knot so it stays. And there you go. So, and another option you could do is you could also put it up in one as well, which once you put it together, it doesn't show the space as much. But I really like this style, so I think I'm going to wear this style for now and just put a little bit of my edge control on. But I did do the hot water, And once I get to the ends, once I'm drying the hair, I always tug on the ends to ensure that it stays straight like this. Or you guys could pull it back, pull it up in a ponytail. So this is what I'm doing right now. And then I'm just going to take one of the braids and just wrap it around. So it covers the thing that I used to do my ponytail. And that's it. Okay guys, so after playing around a bit, I think I prefer this style. So after I pulled it back in the ponytail, I left the last two braids at the back here. So I'm just going to use this in the back because there's just two braids because I did them really big. So I'm just going to use this one to wrap around here and knot it. Make sure it's tight, not pulling on. You don't want to pull the braids too much back here, but when you're doing a knot, make sure the knot is tight. That way it stays. And I think this is the look I'm gonna wear. I'm liking this one. Okay. You guys can tell me what you think. You have the option to just take everything over and not leave anything to the side. Just sweep it all to the side. And it's the same thing. Tie the knot on top of the elastic band that you used to get the hair in one. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.